In this week's episode of On My Bull, we'll review the short, disappointing week for my Bulls. We'll also answer the question, is Billy Donovan still the right man for the job? And last, but certainly not least, we preview next week's schedule for our squad. Right here on My Bull.
Welcome everybody to On My Bull, your source for Bulls content from real Bulls fans. I'm the one and only host, John J, and with me as always is the ultra charismatic D Snow from the Go. How you doing, Snow?
Southside in the house. Nah, what's going on, man? Another great week of basketball. We didn't have a good week, but hey, at least we out there. Every game was close, so I can't trip, man. Thanksgiving's almost there. It's a good day, man. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Like you said, Thanksgiving almost here. That's one of my favorites right there. I tell you what.
Greens, potatoes.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the song. What?
Greens, potatoes.
You name it.
For real. All right, so man, look, man, if you're watching, you're listening, following along, man, please like, share, subscribe, comment so you can jump in on this fire conversation we about to get into. Or if you just love your Bulls, man, if you're a Bulls fan, give us a like, man. Show us some love. So, man, right on to it, Snow. Our bullies, they went 1-2 this week. And including a split with the Toronto Raptors and a loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. I almost called them the Hornets. Well, Vooch especially had a tough night, man. He ended up with a $15,000 fine for flicking off a fan. Man, with the rough week we have, do you still have faith in Billy Donovan to get the job done, Snow?
Because it's so early, I don't want to give up on them just yet. You got a lot of surprising teams out here that are playing well. The division is even tougher than it's ever been before this year, you know. So, I mean, I don't want to give up on them just yet, just because of the cards are already stacked against them in the deck. You know, we're in the same division with Cleveland, and we're in the same division with Milwaukee. And that's already, going to be a tough season for us there. But I want to give him a little bit more time. I need to see him play the young guys more. We got guys that are getting DNPs right now, and that's a problem for me. You need to be developing these guys while other guys are out. And that's when I see DNPs from guys that I want to see what they can do to help us, and we're losing. That's a problem to me. But I don't want to give up on Coach just yet because we had a great season last year. We've been building something. I don't want to just we've seen so much turmoil, so much turnover with the Bulls. I don't want to do it again just yet. I mean, how do you feel?
I agree with you on that point. So much turmoil. We've had a lot of coaches. I'm not ready for a change. But I will say when we first selected Billy, he wasn't my top choice. I'm going to be honest with you. Believe it or not, this might sound crazy a year later, but I wanted Emi Udoka. That's the coach that I wanted. And he was one of the front runners at the time. Billy can get the job done, but like you, I worry about his lack of playing the youngsters, man. With the injury to Coby White and as many games as Zach missed, I would have thought we would have seen a lot more of Dalen Terry like we did with Io last year. Yeah. And I don't know if he's just not asserting himself at practice and not showing everything, but I thought we would have seen more from him. And I just seen that they're saying that this weekend he'll probably at least get a game in with the G League team, the Windy City Bulls. So that's an interesting turn of events. And also the same, I've said it before, but Marko Simonovic. This is year 3 for him? Two with the Bulls.
Where did we pick him at?
He was a second-round pick the first year that Acme was there. He was one of their first picks, and he was a drafting stash. But he had a very similar skill set to a rookie that just came out this year for Miami, Nikola Jovic. Very similar skill set. If you look at their tape, it looks like the same doggone player, same stats on the same team. But he's getting some run out there in Miami. And now, a different situation, different fellas. I understand that, but Marco showed us a lot this summer, and where's his development? I mean, he had a great year in the G League, almost dominant over there. So I don't really think there's much more he can learn in the G League. It's time for him to get out here on the court and learn by doing, We giving Pat all of these chances, and I get it. He was a number 4 draft pick, but we have assets. Let's use them, see what we got. I'm not a fan of Billy's lineups all the time, but I digress. Still a good coach, multiple NCAA championship winning coach.
Did a great job at OKC. Great job out there in OKC. Dealt with a lot of drama out there too.
Yeah. So the jury's still out, but I'm gonna be patient with Coach Billy D. All right. So looking back at the New Orleans game, the Bulls did a really good job of containing Zion. Pat played some solid defense, but Brandon Ingram showed out against Chicago. What can they do differently in their next matchup to ensure themselves a victory?
Pat has to play better, for one. Pat has to play better defense on Brandon Ingram when he gets a chance, as well as just being better on the offense. If he can give us double figures or more, it does create matches where they have to come out on him. Right now, guys aren't running out on Pat. They're leaving him open. They're letting him shoot. They're letting him do what he wants. And it's funny because I'll see Pat take a dumb jump shot, then I'll see him drive and dunk it. And it's like, okay, Pat, give me more of that. Go to the cup with it. Let's try to go to the free throw line. You're a great free throw shooter. I'm seeing too many jump shots out of him right now. And that's coaching right there. Coach, hey, come on. This is just, like you just said, he's a 4th round pick. He's a 4th pick in the 1st round. So they do have to play him. We do need to see what we got from this kid, because if he's not there, then we got to get rid of him. But we need you to tell him, use a little bit more of the rest of your game. You're not just a jump shooter, Pat. Don't rely on that. Don't get comfortable. That's this new age of today's NBA basketball. Everybody wants to shoot the jump shot. Everybody wants to shoot the 3. Twos matter, But I think that's what we're missing. We're missing Pat playing a little bit better. We are missing the crap out of Drummond. Drummond makes us a different team out there. But for us to really win that next game, it's just going to take everybody playing better all together. We were right there. We lost about 4 points. It was a great game. It's not like they blew us out.
Even the first Toronto loss was a close one. That was a winnable game.
Yeah, all the games were winnable. We were in all games. We've been in every game this year except for, I think, one. Besides that, that was the Cleveland game where they just walked.
They just walked, yeah.
Any other game we've been in. I see Zach starting to come on, so I'm expecting better things as we continue to play and everybody's continuing to, But like you said, we need these younger guys to start doing more. We're not getting anything out of our bench. A week ago, we were talking about it was the best bench in the NBA, and all of a sudden now we're talking about, injuries, guys not playing well. Things change quick, so.
Yeah, those injuries definitely play a pivotal role. And also shooting, man. We got to knock down some shots. That was our weakness last season. They sent us home early against Milwaukee. And without Coby, somebody got to step up and hit that shot. Right now?
Is Caruso with some type of underlying injury or something? I cringe every time he shoots the ball, bro. Every time he shoots it doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that he is because he's doing everything else wonderfully. He had, about 10 rebounds, 10 assists the other night. His defense has been on point, but yeah, he can't
shooting like 29.
Can't knock down a shot to save his life.
It's bad right now. And I'm hoping it's just right now because, when it comes to shooting, it does go in favor. So hopefully it's just he's a little off now, but beginning of the season, man, like I'm not expecting wide open shots he's missing sometimes,
Yeah. And another reason why I'm kind of surprised we're not getting a chance to see more Dalen Terry. A couple times we seen him, he at least showed an ability to hit that open jumper. And that's what we need right now.
I noticed this about Billy a long time ago, though. He likes who he likes. I don't know if it's about, like you said, about practice, about attitudes or what, but he does have his, the guys he likes to play. I mean, just like you notice, Vucevic doesn't – he has the green light and he barely gets pulled. That dude – you can tell they have a relationship that's great. He can do what he wants on the court, including flip the bird.
For real. And and Drummond did come back the last game. We did get a chance to see him. He had to work his way back. These last few days off, this extended little mini break they've had, hopefully this will do the trick. These guys will be refreshed and reinvigorated. And
And I'm
I
hoping
know
people
that,
don't. I'm hoping people don't watch that Toronto game because that first Toronto game they showed us how to stop DeRozan. I didn't like it at all, and it works. And we are not
yeah,
the same team if he's not doing what he does. And I'm
yeah.
surprised that they didn't come out. But you know what? Zach didn't play that first game
No
too, though.
Zach, no drum in that game either.
When Zach was in there the next game, you can't do the same. You can't play that same defense because Zach went off. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So just consistency. Um, next time we see them, gotta stop Brandon Ingram. I like the job they did on Zion. If they can stick with that, it's definitely gonna be hard. You're probably not gonna shut them down twice.
yeah,
But yeah, and just we got to be able to knock down some key shots. Again, hopefully this break is the key to helping us progress these next few games and get back over 500.
that's a tough matchup for us though. We don't match up well with the Pelicans. Seriously, we don't. We just don't.
Yeah,
Especially
but
when if Zion had a better game, that's a different game. You know, he didn't play
that
that well.
we should have won that game though.
I mean, we got
I'm not gonna
55
just
points
give them.
out of DeRozan and out of
I'm not
Levine.
just gonna. I'm not gonna just
yeah,
give them an excuse. Like they
yeah.
should have won that game. I'm sorry. I was mad.
No, the Pelicans
Okay,
are starting to
so
win those games that they usually would have lost last year or years
yeah,
before. You know,
they're up and coming team. That's a lot of people got high expectations for, which is one of the reasons why I was so mad when we lost that game because we had them on the ropes.
yeah.
So before we see the Pelicans again next week, Bulls get a chance to host the Joker, Nikola Jokic, and those Denver Nuggets. What can we expect from a strong Denver squad this week?
It's another one of those teams. Bad matchup for us. We do not match up well against them. They're playing pretty good. We don't have anybody that can stick Jokic, period. Murray's actually starting to play pretty good. Depending on if Carter plays or not, he's been playing well. I'm tired of being at home. I love saying that we're going to win a lot, but I don't think we're going to win that game. That's going to be a tough game to win. The only way we're going to win that game, we have to play great defense. We have to hold them under 100 points, and we need to shoot close to 50%. And that's tough for us some nights. But that's what it takes to beat teams like that.
I don't think we're going to hold them under 100 points. I still think it's a winnable game, call me a homer or whatever, but they beat the Nuggets a couple times over the last few years. They don't shut down Jokic. Yeah. They don't shut down Jokic. It's not going to happen. But he has no defense. He can't stop Vooch. So they usually have a nice little battle back and forth that tends to cancel each other out a little bit.
If he's doing the assist thing, though, that's the problem.
You know? Top 5 in the league in assists, so that's definitely a problem.
That is big.
Yeah, I'm more worried about Michael Porter Jr. If he catches fire, we don't have any type of defense for him.
Another guy that we should have drafted. We were scared to take that fly on him though, but it happened.
He was. See, that's another topic that angers me.
Yeah, we were afraid to take that fly on him.
He was in Chicago.
He wanted to play for us. He wanted to play for us. Yeah,
he was right there, and you just skipped over him. That angered me a lot. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a tough Denver squad. Like you said, Murray is starting to play good. Michael Porter Jr. is. I like him at the 3. He is a mismatch at the 3. And Aaron Gordon allows him to just sit back and just shoot, do what he does best. So
that was a great pickup by him last year.
I'm a fan of Michael Porter.
Me too. Aaron Gordon as well. I think Aaron Gordon could be. I think he gives them what they want. But I expect more from him too on that team. He's a great player.
But I will say they're so deep that. Just if he brings the energy and intensity, you can't ask for too much more. Anything else is gravy with that squad. And he's an exciting player. He knows how to get that crowd involved.
Yeah.
So on Friday coming up this week or next week, the Bulls gonna get their first look at Rookie of the Year frontrunner, your boy, Paulo Banchero. Now, last year, we took an embarrassing L against the Magic. How can the Bulls ensure themselves a victory this time around?
First of all, we got to hope that they cool down. Last 2 games, they beat Phoenix and they beat Dallas. So they're not only starting to play some basketball down there, they're starting to figure it out. I mean, Terrence Ross is playing awesome for them. They have a nice young team. I love talking about the brothers down there. the guys that came from Michigan. I mean, they have a nice young team now.
Yeah,
And I think
Wagner.
Yeah, Wagner. And I think when the Bulls play Bulls basketball, when we come out there and we shoot well, we play defense, we win. We can beat teams like this. But this is
Yeah.
one of those up and coming youngin teams that we need to worry about. That is going to play from when the tip off goes off into the buzzer at the end. They're going to play from time to time. They have a young, deep team, Suggs and all those guys. Man, they have a really nice young squad. And right now we're trying to figure things out. They're just playing ball and having fun. And that's what the Bulls got to get back to. Just going out there, just doing your thing, having that chip on your shoulder and pushing it. But I think it's going to be a tough game for us. Now, we're going to have a tough week this week, seriously. We've got some tough games coming up against some young and older teams. And, man, between now and that Christmas break, when we go on the little circus trip, we're going to find out what the Bulls are made of, seriously, because we're way behind what we were doing last year. Last year they were surprising us coming out the gate, kicking some butt. And this year we are, hovering under 500, and that's a problem,
Yeah. What I would say about Orlando is I ain't trying to hear all that. This is a game that they should definitely win, and they should remember every bit of that last matchup. Same team came back. Every last one of them should have that.
Mark Carter had his chest out. We traded
Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs.
Oh, yeah,
Jalen Suggs with
then
he have a windmill or something like that. He just showing out.
He kind of elbowed my man. Yeah.
Don't forget about none of that. They should have the business coming their way this week.
That's what's missing in the league now, man. Guys getting mad like that. Having that. I see that out of Ja though. Ja got that type of chip on his shoulder with anybody. Where he want to beat everybody, want to dunk on everybody. He got an attitude for no reason with you. And you got to bring that to the game. Everybody want to be friends and trade jerseys after the game, man. I want to see you not like somebody. Bring that to the game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now, as far as the team goes, I'm a big fan. I think the future is very bright for them. Suggs and Cole Anthony and Paulo Banchero's got superstar potential. I see Chris Webber every time I look at that kid, man.
Talk about the 7-footers. They got Bo.
That's another one. Bo has found himself. He has found himself. I'm so happy for him. I couldn't be more happy.
I like Bo's game, man. Denver should have let him go. Man, on that Denver team right now, that's a different team if he stayed with them. Seriously.
They never gave him a chance. They never even played him. Orlando was the perfect opportunity for him, just like we talked about with Lauri Markkanen up in Utah. This was his chance with a young team that's not established, so there is no hierarchy. He could just come in and show what he could do, and I'm loving it. He had, 15 the other night?
Yeah.
That boy, he's killing. He's killing. And he's got a interesting skill set that's very similar to the potential number one pick coming up, Wembanyama.
Facts, man. That's fact.
He can do more than people give him credit for. That boy is big. He got a handle, and he can shoot, and he can block shots. He's a unicorn as far as ability. So I'm glad that he's finding him in his place. But again,
you don't want to hear that. I like that. It's time for the Bulls to put that smack down. I like it. Yeah. I like it.
Drummond and Dragic. I feel like Drummond should render Bobo useless in that game. I'm here for it. And Dragic, a savvy veteran, I like to see that matchup against Suggs. Was Caruso there last time? I believe that's when he was hurt when we took that L too. So a little bit different looking this year, and we coming for him. Now, looking back at that game last year when we took that L, would you have bad blood at how those kids showboated against the Bulls last year?
I would. It's supposed to be bulletin board material. Coach supposed to have that wrote on the board. They need to watch that video before the game.
If I had their numbers, I'd send them all a clip of it. Remind them of it.
Y'all supposed to go down there and show them like, hey, we remember last time we bought something with us and open up that bag, Yeah. I really do expect an exciting game. I expect it to be one of those games where they are going to go back and forth. I want to see the Bulls start to wield their stuff over some teams. When we win right now, we're winning shootouts. We're winning just because we outplayed the other team. I need to see us make some teams quit. We haven't seen that yet out of the Bulls this year. We need to see them willing some teams down and making them put their subs in. So hopefully this can be a start of it, that we can go out there and, get those young boys rattled down there in Orlando.
Yeah, so like you said a couple weeks ago when we had that week with Indiana and San Antonio, how you said that they should dominate that week, and I thought it was going to be a little tough. Flip-flop this year. I know you were a big fan of Orlando, and I like the way they moving, but I think that this is supposed to be a statement win. It's got to be 10 points or more. I'm sorry. If we don't win by more than 10, I'm going to be disappointed. Like if we lose, I'm going to be pissed and be calling for Billy D. Head. But yeah, man. So they got one coming, Orlando. Yeah. So with Coby still out, and it looks like he's gonna miss probably this whole week again, who can step up and take on some of that extra scoring load? I know you haven't been his biggest fan, but that shooting has been missed. Who do you think can take up for that?
Well, for one, Terry needs to get some minutes, man. We need to see Terry out there. Let's see if defensively what he can do for us, what he can do. He can't do what Coby was doing, but let's just see what the kid has. We know he has he has a nice little shot. He has some game. Let's see what he has. And I just need Dragic to probably get a few more minutes to give us a little more. He's been playing well this season. Jump shots been looking pure. He's been hitting great shots. He's been bringing that energy off the bench that we really need. And hopefully, maybe, get him closer to maybe 30 to 40 minutes, in between 30, maybe 35 minutes with him missing. And hopefully Dragic can give us that extra, having Drummond back is going to matter. But Dragic is going to be that guy that I'm looking forward to see, maybe push up his average in points and put up a few more shots.
Yeah, I'm with you on Dragic. That's probably my X factor, is the one who needs to get more shots. I will say, though, I'm a little nervous about the amount of minutes that he's getting right now. Late in the season, that could be a problem. Hopefully we got Alonzo back and he won't be required to run as many minutes. But Dragic just had a lot of ticky-tack injuries over the last couple of years, and he's not a spring chicken. But I love his game. It's hard to sit him because his effect is undoubtable. He's been playing great for them, and yeah, I want to see him take the shot.
He's this year's Caruso,
that type of effect.
So we need Caruso to find himself, man. If Caruso can hit a few more shots, man, we're a different team, seriously.
And Pat got to be able to knock down that open jumper too. He gets a lot of them.
Yeah, Pat disappeared again on us this week. He started to show us some signs, and all of a sudden, boom, he back every game under 10 points again. Like
flashes. Like you said, he'll have an impressive dunk, impressive block, and miss the shot, and you don't see him no more.
Can't put it together for some reason. I don't know why. Like I said, it could be coaching. It might be time to bring in another voice, but we don't want to throw Billy to the wolves just yet.
Yeah. So Zach LaVine, we've been seeing more of Zach LaVine. He played some back-to-backs now. So are you thinking that Zach is back?
Zach's looking good. He's shooting the ball well. That first step looks good. He's dunking. He's doing everything that we need. I think the team and the coaches are holding him back from doing more, and hopefully they continue to implement more time, give him more game time, and that way we can see more. But Zach looks good. The knee looks fine. He doesn't look like last year. A few games I could tell he was kind of, deferring. He's getting it and going. I think that's what it is. I think, like I said, he wasn't 100% Zach last year. And now that we are getting 100% Zach, they do have to fit that into where we are, because that is going to take a little bit of the load off of DeRozan. But at the same time, you're taking shots from him too. So we got to figure out a way to make everything work with Zach, because he is our not only top highest paid player, but he is our number one player. He is the face of the Bulls. So yes, we love DeMar DeRozan. We love what he's brought to the Bulls. We love what he's been doing. No doubt. I hope he continues to play well. I hope there isn't a drop off. But Zach is the number one player here, so we can't forget that and start to lean on DeMar so much. We have to remember that. And then what that's going to do is going to take the pressure off DeMar too. So, but I do like what I'm seeing out of Zach, man. He looks good. He looks like he's ready to go. What you think?
I think he athletically, he's definitely back. I will say that he's still working his way back up as far as being able to put on those heavy minutes. Slow climb, but his game is there. I'm not seeing a drop off. I'm seeing it scoring up. He had his first 30-point game the other night, and I see that continuing this week. with the schedule we got coming up, I wouldn't be surprised to see him average 30 this week.
Zach
It's definitely possible.
He top 5 in shooting guards this year when it comes to the league. When it comes to matchups every night.
Last couple years, I say.
I mean, and let's talk about it. When it comes to matchups every night, the other team has nobody that can really guard him. Most nights, they don't have anybody that's – so he has to, like I talked about earlier, we need to start willing ourselves against guys. Zach, when you know oh, man, it's barbecue chicken, it's time to go to work, Zach. We need Zach when Zach – and that's the thing. You got to come in like, oh, I'm going to kill them tonight. That's what I'm saying out of Spider Mitchell. Spider Mitchell coming out like, ooh, that's what we playing. Okay, I'm giving them 34. And that's what we need out of Zach. We need Zach to be a dog, night in and night out, no days off.
Yeah, he does tend to slow up a little bit. I need to see some. I need to see a little bit more hustle.
That's the DeMar DeRozan effect because of the fact that DeMar needs his space to go into the little post. He needs his room to do his little work. That little Kobe game that he got in his bag, he needs space and time for that. What does that do? It takes the ball out of Zach's hands. Zach's not he can hit the spot up shot, but that's not his game 100%. You know what I mean? And we don't want to turn that to Zach. So that's why I think when it comes to our team, we're gonna have to start to look at how we are gonna start moving as a team. Are we gonna continue to move around DeMar like we've been doing, or are we gonna move around Zach? Because yes, there's enough ball to move around them both, but right now it seems like DeMar DeRozan is the leader of our team. Let's be honest here. It seems like Zach is playing second fiddle, and that's not how it should be. Zach should be giving us, you're the younger guy, take the lead. We need you to take the baton and get in front of him. You know? Yeah,
my only gripe with Zach is that I don't see 100% all the time. He'll slow down on plays a lot. He's not diving.
This year we've been seeing a little bit more fire from him, though. Like that one game, man, he started talking, let's go, let's get him. I've never seen Zach go like that.
That was that the Brooklyn game when he was like, we're not going to lose this game.
Man, like, I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
I need to see more. I need to see more.
We need to see more of that. We need to see more
of that consistently. That's he's got it. So next week, we mentioned all of the matchups. We gave you a rundown of what to expect, how the Bulls can get a win. So, B Snow, we got Sunday, we host Denver. Wednesday, we travel to New Orleans. And Friday, we host Orlando. What's the Bulls' record next time we meet?
Bulls fans. I could be Stacey King, or I could be real. No, I'm not going to lie, man. I believe in the Bulls. I think we have a good team. I think it just takes for us to play better. We can. We've seen flashes of it. We've seen what we can be. I'm expecting a 2-on-1 week. I don't think we can beat them all. I think that Denver game is going to be tough. I think that we played really well against the Pelicans that day. And I think we're going to beat Orlando. Even though I talked all that good stuff, I think we're all going to beat Orlando. I'm expecting us to rely on the fact that we talked about what the kids did to them last year, and that they want to go ahead and get a little give back. So I'm hoping that the give back is what's on their mind, and that's what we see. And we can go 2-on-1. Sweeping would be phenomenal. I would love it, but I'm hoping for a 2-on-1 week. But that Denver game, Denver's playing really well, and we don't match up well against them, so that's the only one I'm really worried about.
Yeah, I'm with you. Everything in me is saying that 2-on-1 is the likely scenario this week, but the homer is fighting against the realistic side of my brain. And I'm going to say, just like with the Bears, with their little mini bye week, how they readjusted and came back with a different offense, I think these few days off helps the Bulls get some of these little knick-knack injuries in line. And I think they're going to come out with some fire this week. And I'm going to call it 3-0 week.
I like it, Jay. I like it.
Yeah. So, Snow, any final thoughts? What did we miss out on anything?
We covered a lot. The biggest thing, man, we haven't heard anything this week about Lonzo. I am hoping that he's still doing well. I hope there's some more good stories coming this week about, maybe us seeing him starting to maybe play some 5-on-5, or maybe, I want to see, some good things coming up. That's the only thing we really haven't heard this week. So, man, Lonzo Ball coming back to our team makes us a different team, man. And I'm really hoping that we do get to see him this year.
I'm hearing his brother is back tonight.
Oh, man, I'll be looking out for that. I haven't seen him. He hasn't played it all this year, right?
Yeah, no, this will be his debut.
Okay, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'll be checking out as well. So, man, yeah, unfortunately, our Bulls have dipped below 500, but we still got high hopes for them this year. We still think the sky's the limit, and we can't wait to see Lonzo back and wait to see this team at full strength. So, from us here at the On My Bull podcast, we love you. Let's go Bulls, and we'll holler.
Like, share, subscribe, comment,
No
let
doubt.
us know. Let's go Bulls!
Yes, sir. Peace.